What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another realistic rebuild on Madden 22, and this time it is of the Minnesota Vikings, a team that is very, very, very underrated, especially in Madden. It's a team that actually has a lot of their positions kind of filled. There are obviously positions that you still do need to work on. Technically, Irv Smith, who may miss the entirety of this season, and I'm going to pretty much assume he will. So we're likely going to sign someone in free agency, maybe like Trey Burton. Obviously, quarterback Kirk Cousins also does not get enough credit for being, above average and super consistent in that sense. I know some of the mainstream games doesn't do super well, when everyone's got their eyes on him, and sometimes in the fourth he doesn't look super great, but he's definitely not the worst starting quarterback in the league to have, and obviously the Minnesota Vikings agree with that because they have given him quite a bit of money, especially guaranteed over the last several years, which if you're using this team for a franchise, makes you want to cry. If I was using this team, if I wasn't doing a realistic, franchise, Kellen Mond would be my guy. Obviously, a lot of fun with the speed there and decent enough in the throwing ratings. Adam Thielen loses his X factor, but he's still really solid, 88 overall. How long will he last, though? That's the question. So, wide receiver definitely on the list. D.D. Westbrook, a very nice signing for them just to add some depth to the wide receiver room. And then Justin Jefferson, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, rookie season for a wide receiver. Obviously, he has the all-time stats record, but just because he doesn't mean it was the best. It was very, very good, though. It's obviously top 5 all-time. Very, very solid season for him, especially considering the entire Vikings roster was pretty much injury-riddled. I know a lot of teams were, but the Vikings are probably up there for top 3 most unfortunate as far as injuries go during the regular season last year. Obviously, their defense is the majority of where the injuries occurred. As far as real life goes, you don't know how this line's going to play, but in Madden, 4-star development trait lineman, especially for a team that's considered to have a bad offensive line, is obviously nice. Darisaw falling to the Vikings is, some sort of miracle. As a Packers fan, I loved the fact that guys like Sewell went to the Lions, Darisaw slipped to the Vikings, Fields slipped to the Bears. Oh, it made me feel great. And then we took a cornerback that wasn't even projected to be in the first round. We've been killing the drafts. I love the NFC North. It's fun. Defensively now, Danielle Hunter, a guy that did not play. Pierce, I believe, was also injured for the entirety of the year. They lose... Actually, they didn't lose anyone major on cornerback, right? I'm just thinking like maybe Holton Hill, but for some reason I'm thinking of Darius Slay with the Lions, keep thinking of the NFC North. But yeah, Patrick Peterson, not a bad signing. This is the type of signing that, maybe a team closer to a championship would make, but I suppose if the Vikings are healthy, that defense will be pretty top tier, you would assume, and the offense obviously is pretty damn good. Once they get going, they have one of the toughest passing attacks to stop, and you have Dalvin Cook, who can obviously do some damage. Anthony Barr, definitely on the aging side, 29, may look to replace him soon. But yeah, the team obviously has some spots to fill, without a doubt. But overall, definitely not the worst squad in the league at all. And I am a little surprised to see Pierce as a 91 overall, but only star. I did give Harrison Smith an X factor because, 1, he just got a massive 4-year deal. And 2, I don't feel like he deserves the drop in dev if guys like Eddie Jackson are still really good in the game, even though he's actually been playing pretty poor football. And as you would expect, like I said, Trey Burton is going to be the sign-in for us at tight end. And speaking of expecting things, I expect you will enjoy this video and the channel, so why not get it out of the way and leave a like and subscribe. Subscription thing, that's the one. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams, which we should have one either tomorrow or Saturday. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what kind of, team you'd like to see rebuilt next as well. I'm thinking we're going to do like a regular rebuild next. I got to make sure Irv, it sucks because Irv is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do a Vikings franchise. But once again, like I just mentioned, I think they're a little too good. I think the Vikings are a team that I don't know about real life, but in franchise, I think you could easily rebuild them. I think it takes no time at all. Especially when you're using quarterback is a question mark, but obviously Kellen Mond could be a lot of fun. It could be really beastly. But yeah, I'm thinking of some sort of regular rebuild for, just fantasy style technically for next week, or I guess Sunday would be the next rebuild day. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any ideas, because there's a lot of teams we still have to rebuild, especially when it comes to fantasy. And speaking of fantasy, making the playoffs is the Vikings fantasy. I believe we can, but once again, it's Madden Sim. I'm not going to put any, money into it. You got to assume it's the Vikings or Packers division this year in real life. But for the 40th time, it's Madden. I don't know. All right, let's try to get this out of the way. Why didn't they do this in real life? What was the real contract? It was absolutely insane, if I'm not mistaken. Why they thought giving him a 4-year, $64 million deal was very smart, I do not know. But yay, Harrison Smith. Let's do it. Yay, 64.2 mil. Love it. Sheldon Richardson re-signed a 90-plus overall play. How many? I know I'm going between next and last gen, Maddens, but I swear I've gotten some of these achievements 6 times at this rate. Brian O'Neill, obviously a Vikings team that is obviously still trying to shore up that offensive line, going to sign its best offensive lineman without a doubt. A guy that obviously in franchise we have loved to move to guard a lot. Will that happen here? Maybe. And I do like that 6'7" frame on the edge, though. Sheldon Richardson could get a re-signing. No guarantees, though. You got Pierce there. Want to keep him long-term. And then number 2 doesn't matter as much when you got a guy like Pierce. It's not true, but for my mental sake, I'm going to say it. Everson Griffin, no chance. Patrick Peterson, unlikely. Anthony Barr, really strange all these years rebuilding this team that he actually needs a contract. Because every time I've rebuilt them, it feels like he's on a 4 or a 5-year deal. Could get the re-signing. It would be more like a tag, but they're going to treat him like an edge rusher, which is kind of dumb. Or not an edge. Yeah, like an edge rusher. So, I don't know. 3-year Mackenzie Alexander. That's actually not bad for a team lacking in cornerback. So, a 3-year 17.7. Welcome back. D.D. Westbrook. Maybe. Probably not. Xavier Woods. Not terrible. A 2-year 7 will do the deal. I mean, compare that to Harrison. He's making almost double that. Actually, probably is making double that every single season for 1 year versus 2. Makes me hurt. Perry Nickerson. I always try to avoid that name in rebuilds, recording streams, because man, he's just personally trying to get us all canceled here. But looking at the Vikings, not looking so good here. And headed to the postseason, it's a really weird season. It really is. I mean, we had a couple of close calls. We did, in fact, I keep forgetting the schedules right in the main, or the standings. We finished 6-11, which is just laughable. This team will not finish worse than the Lions. And if they do, come back to this video and laugh at me, I guess. But as a Packers fan, I cannot imagine the Vikings being last place in the division. Let's not look at the playoff schedule because that just is irrelevant. Losing to the Bengals was a very big shock and a sign of things that come. The Cardinals 10-6, it's close, 10-16. Seahawks, tough team. Expected. Probably should have won that one, but they have a good roster. Ravens, no. Chargers, by that much, probably not. Packers, and probably not by that much either. The Niners, probably not by that much. The Lions, they did lose to us twice. I suppose that's a win. Not the easiest schedule in the world, but we did bench Kirk Cousins, I think, after the Packers loss. And then we put in Mond, which I know it's a little different because some of these teams aren't the toughest in the world, but he technically did better than Kirk Cousins, and he's a rookie, so we'll have to take a look at the numbers, but quarterback is on the mind, obviously. Quarterback is on the mind. Looking at the two, is there really much of a comparison? When did we actually start him? Well, he obviously didn't play 17 games, but 590. Yeah, we started him, I think, maybe it was actually at the Pack. It was maybe the game before the Packers game. Well, regardless, he outplayed Cousins by a lot. Mond definitely outplayed him, which, I don't know what to say about it because it still wasn't great, but he is a rookie, so I don't know. We're going to have to evaluate things. We're going to have a high draft pick. Comes down to if there's even a quarterback there. As far as the receivers go, Adam Thielen, still over 1,000. Westbrook over Jefferson. What are these numbers? Why are players not doing better? Like, Jefferson should have crushed it, didn't. And I would actually say that he deserves to regress in Dev if we would have had that on, but I suppose it was sophomore slump, if you will. Look at the sack numbers. Awful. At least everyone played, obviously. Greg Joseph, meh. Colquitt, we need a new punter for sure. He's, man's old. Nwangwu, the speed demon with a kick return touchdown. I like to see it. As far as MVP goes, obviously we wouldn't have had anyone. Maybe, what rookie of the year, where were we? Mond all the way up at 4 despite not playing the entire season. Jamin Davis, best quarterback. Gonna be honest, I wouldn't expect anyone there. Dalvin all the way at 7. That is harsh. And yeah, I mean, this season was, outside of the draft picks, basically just a complete waste of time. We have the Chiefs and the Cardinals, and the Chiefs, of course, win. Nice to see the Cardinals in there, though. A new team. Definitely nice to see some change up. And Kirk Cousins now. Oh, wait, maybe we do. Do we have dev trait regret? Or was he already normal? Or did he just automatically drop in dev because he's an older guy? I think they do that in Madden now. But he's like a 75, 76 overall. I mean, I'm not feeling it, right? I'm just not feeling it. Kellen Mond, only a 69 overall, but obviously 10 times the... nice short accuracy there. 10 times the potential going forward. Irv Smith is obviously going to be the tight end number 1 again. Now that health is hopefully not an issue. O-line goes up a little bit. Defensively, Anthony Barr does get to superstar. Is that enough to give him a re-signing, though? I don't think so, especially if he still wants a 3-year. Of course, not a bad comeback season, but, you know, still kind of a meh for me. Defensively, what else did we have? Doesn't appear we had Griffin with a dev up. Yeah, I mean, it just was not a good season. I mean, I don't really think, like, who had a good season? Like, I mean, maybe there were some decent seasons, but overall-wise, we didn't really go up any, like, points at all. So, yeah, definitely not happy with the first-year results. I thought we would have at least made the playoffs. Did not even get to 7 wins. I thought I was being conservative. I clearly was not. And then for those re-signings, Sheldon Richardson actually held up. Salary cap didn't. Wow, I was about to say, you know, he held up pretty well, but the salary cap obviously did not. We can choose to keep one person, probably. Anthony Barr might be the better of the two. I'm going to keep Anthony Barr, I think. He's been kind of a staple of this team. Sheldon Richardson has hopped from team to team. Never mind. Sheldon Richardson, I wanted you all along. You have hopped from team to team, as I was saying, but this is the last stop. We love you. Patrick Peterson, you have hopped from teams. I mean, who wants to stay at this rate? I guess we're just going to be letting everyone go then. Not that we chose for everyone. Some chose themselves, unfortunately. Kirk Cousins, I'm pretty sure this is still fully guaranteed. Oh, it's not. So at the end of the day, I do not care. See you later, Kirk Cousins. I don't care if Kellen Mond sucks or not. He was better than him, so we have the, you know, the common sense rule over that decision. Danielle Hunter needs a big deal, and we're obviously going to be giving it to him, so I'm glad we did save some money there. We have $25 million cap. Where is our money, though? That's what I want to know. So to be fair, Danielle is making a lot of money this year, thankfully. I was thinking that was $8 million this year, then we were going to have to jump to 20-something. But okay, so fair enough. He'd definitely be looking for a restructure there, or an extension, if you will. Everyone else, I suppose, not the worst contracts. We still have Dalvin. Yeah, we'll release him. We can get someone for $3 million easily. Irv Smith. I mean, I don't still see why the cap is so low. But, yeah, I mean, Thielen definitely will save some money whenever he's gone. We're definitely going to be looking for his retirement before we actually look for, you know, the chance to release him. But I suppose we could be in worse spots, right? We should have about $40 million to work with, $53 million to work with. Devontae could go interdivisional. I think Devontae, it actually does matter a lot who his number 2 wide receiver is going to be. At this rate, it kind of seems like Devontae does see himself, which he should, as the best receiver in the league, in that if he has someone even remotely, like even decent, he could just break records, and I feel like that's his goal. So I definitely think he could join the Vikings. It would not surprise me, actually, but I also don't think that's the biggest need for us. I don't think the Vikings should even be spending money on offense. I really think, other than O-line, it probably should go back into the defense, which we obviously just lost a bunch of players to. I see some names I think will attack, maybe even J.C. Jackson. All right, pretty big free agent week. Who do we get? No! There's no way. I should have offered him more. We offered him like a 4-year 64 or something like that, which is the money we actually gave to Harrison Smith, one a little bit more deserving than the other. A bunch of backup talent, obviously a starting punter. We got 2 safeties, though I will say. Deshaun Elliott will be the starter, with Harrison actually playing linebacker. I think that this team does need somebody that can run around like that can just fly around. Ford, a 1-year $4 million, which I know a lot of people don't really like D Ford, but for $4 million, you cannot go wrong. And then Anthony Barr, we showed him a little bit of mercy, a little bit of forgiveness. He realized how bad free agent market is. We gave him a 2-year $13. We originally offered him a 2-year $14. It could have been a lot worse because he had no offers at all. So we definitely did upgrade the team a little bit, but losing out on J.C. Jackson definitely hurts. However, if we can land a sick cornerback in the draft, maybe we actually saved ourselves a little bit because Dantzler could still be a star. Mackenzie Alexander is obviously a decent number 2/3. And then, whoever our number 1 is, well, hopefully they're good, simply put. We got Kamara. That's obviously not the right Kamara. Azur Kamara. And we also did get Richard Sherman. It's debatable. He's a little bit on the slower side these days, but I suppose he can kind of be like a roll corner. Yeah, he'll be the number 1, let's be honest. Let's stop lying to ourselves. We also get Tyler Huntley as a backup quarterback who, he fits the team. Maybe even have a chance to start, but, once again, he's just kind of a backup. If he doesn't start year 1 in a franchise, he's probably not going to be able to do anything for you. But believe it or not, we actually have pick number 8. So we are very, very far from being able to draft a quarterback. There's like one decent one, and even him doesn't really look that great. Alfonso Choice, really good throw power. Medium and at deep, we've seen better. Not fast at all. I'm getting some like Jamarcus Russell vibes here. Don't know who's going to take him, but if he's there at A, we may have a decision. There's also a cornerback. Oh, he's number 2 to Washington, 75 overall, probably hidden. But there also is a cornerback, and his combine report with those skills is kind of giving me, ironically enough, Patrick Peterson vibes. If he's there, we have to take him. But the question is, can we make the argument to trade up? Or more importantly, do we? And the Eagles. Now I think we pause because the Jets obviously have a pretty big need as well. They have pick 9. How much do they even value a trade up? I do not know. The thing is, there's also other, really good players. Pass rusher on the edge. Definitely a need as well, without a doubt. There also is another cornerback a little bit later. I have all this is all, and it's a disaster. Just don't even ask me. We have Carney, who obviously is nowhere near as good, but early first grade, decent skills. You can't go wrong. Oh God, is that the right one? What the hell am I doing? It's just like back and forth. It's just confusing me. Leary, obviously a early first. Oh, he's a mid first. I just assume Leary was an early first. We can't trade up. I should have traded up. He's an 81 overall. What have we done? And our pass rusher's gone. I hope they both suck. Oh, that really sucks. Interesting. No. We've sold. We have officially sold. That is my official take on the situation. If that guy was younger than 23, I'd take him. There is obviously talent, but that talent does not seem to be as good as the 2 guys we just lost. I will be honest, but we can still make a trade down. I don't know where Carney would go. Drayton is also someone I like. I would say 17. We also have Ballard, who is really solid looking. We'll show you right there. Super, super strong. There's a lot of talent there. I think we trade down to 17, call it a day. And by call it a day, I mean continue to draft. Obviously, we're nowhere near done. So we give up pick 8, Samia, and a 7 next for 1749 and 113 this, which comes out to almost like dead even. If Carney's gone at 17, I'm going to be really pissed. Please be there. He is. Please be a good corner. This is going to suck. You know what? I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to call it out right now. He's going to be a decent overall. I don't know what his dev is going to be, but this is going to be a sell. The other guy is going to be way better. He's going to be a god. It's going to be another classic case of didn't want to make the trade up because I'm always looking for the trade down, which I suppose as of late the Vikings have been in real life. Yeah, another sell coming up. Or a smart decision. 78 overall hidden. Very fast himself. Maybe this was the Patrick Peterson clone. I don't know, but obviously an absolute win. And maybe Sherman moves the backup safety, because I'm going to be honest with you. When I offer that contract, let me show you his ratings. I debated it. It was only a 1 year 5, I believe. Yeah, 1 year 5, pretty much fully guaranteed. Well, half guaranteed. He's not looking really that good for a cornerback, but we'll probably look to put him at safety, backup. I mean, we already have Xavier Woods, but, you know, it is what it is. How to invest in the safeties or the DBs, and we didn't get J.C. Jackson, so this is the next best thing. Try to get a number 25 if I can. I can't remember who's wearing it, though. Alexander Madison, he'd definitely trade for Sherm, right? Even if Sherm's not going to be a starter. Yeah, I think he'd wear number 28. It looks pretty good on him. I don't know why more running backs don't wear this. I don't know. It just looks good. I'm just kidding. Relax. I wouldn't do it to you. This could be a bit of a sell, but we trade our second next year and our second this year for their 24. It says we gave up 800 in value. We actually sold really bad, because they're saying we're like almost a Super Bowl team next year. That projection, I mixed that up. Yeah, I mixed that up. Hopefully this wide receiver is good, because if not, that's a sell. Lamar Drayton is going to be the choice, and he is a 75 overall hidden. I mean, this is the kind of guy this team needs. They need a jump ball guy. This is that guy. I'm not mad with it. I'm not mad. Even if he's star, I like it. Yeah, I might need to get something off of the team we traded to. Who the hell was it? I actually already forgot the team. Not that that's really important, so. Aaron Hackett, is this the guy? It is the guy I want, which would move Garrett Bradbury to right guard. We also do have Jeff Peterson, though. I want to make sure we're getting our best value, because once again, we're losing that second next year. We may need to trade that third for some like late projected second or something like that. So be on the lookout for something like that. Yeah, I like Aaron Hackett. I'm going to go with him. Aaron Hackett is the choice, and normal, but a good pick. He's actually really solid. Yeah, I mean, could have been hidden. Isn't. We're fine. It's not a bad pick. Move to 8 if that pass rusher is there, that outside linebacker pass rusher. We'll grab him. He'll be the edge rush backup probably. And is he? He's not. That's a huge sell to not come away, especially with Peterson there, who could also be hidden. That really sucks. This guy might just be a choice we make, just because, once again, we need a D end, and we just aren't going to get one, it seems. Oh, man. That sucks. I think we trade down to like 20 in the third. All right, the Browns are going to give us 83 and 109 for this pick, which maybe a little bit later than... Oh, actually, it's earlier than I thought. Math is not easy. Good pick, though. I'll take that. The Browns just... That's why they always win. They stay winning, because they make plays like that. Stallworth is the player I wanted the most. We're going to take him. Gabriel Stallworth, 75 overall hit, and this is a bit of a win. Nice pick there. And do we make a trade-up for the DN? I don't think he's that good, but once again, I think it'd be very, very bad for us not to come away with some sort of edge rusher. When I'm trading a 6th-round pick and our 4th for a high 5th and a medium 5th from the Eagles. Really weird to say medium. I might just take Miles Phillips anyways. Best available, we're taking him. 71 overall, normal, solid speed. Good return man for us, actually. Not a bad pick. Let's go to 16 now, and we may need to make some trade-ups, because the 7th round isn't what it used to be. They actually go very quickly. The question is, who do you need the most of these 3 players? And I would argue probably the middle linebacker. So that's who we're going to take. Max Lasley, 69 overall, normal, not bad. We're going to move this start of the next round and hope one, if not both, are there. The tight end isn't as needed, assuming Irv is, healthy and all that. So let's see what we have. And Yancey is there. That's the guy I wanted the most out of the 2. So we are going to be moving to the Falcons now. The trade is a little bit more in depth than I wanted. We just didn't have what we needed. So 6 this, 6 or 2 6 this, and 1 them for their 6 this, which is only 7 spots up, and then a 5th next year. A little more in depth than I wanted, like I said. Finishing our draft class with Yancey, who could actually be a very big steal for us. Aaron Yancey, not bad looking at all, and he is a 69 overall normal. Not bad, but definitely not as good as I thought, especially with that jumping. So Carney, who is actually going to be the projected number 1 corner day 1, because he has the most potential and already looks like the best corner just based on ratings, is a superstar. You can't go wrong. Even if the other guy's a freaking X Factor, I don't care. You just can't go wrong with him. Lamar Drayton, I'm trying to think of the team, so Jefferson, Thielen, some sort of slot guy. It might just be Drayton, honestly. It might be, because we don't have Westbrook anymore. So Drayton will be the number 3, and he is star as expected. I'm sorry, but I cannot do those single-digit numbers. 88. I mean, if you want a chance of being a god, I suppose 88 is not a bad number. And I believe that was our only other hidden. I do kind of want to see the other center. I also want to see the quarterback, and obviously we need to see the corner. That would just be illegal not to. Number 7 for Washington. Okay, interesting. Don't know if I would want to go back down that route, but sure. Star Dev, I mean, I would have taken him, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Of course, hidden. Very solid looking player. That is, both guys are 86 jumping, which is interesting. Are they like brothers or cousins or something, friends? But obviously a very solid looking player. Got to imagine he's an X factor. And that's a win. Very good player, technically better than our guy, but since we took our guy way later, I am happy with it. Here's the DT I had, who was going to be, only normal. It was one of those situations where it comes down to Drayton or Ballard, whoever's first. We likely trade up for the other. And I suppose we got the better of the two, but obviously wide receiver is a little bit easier to get and develop, so it is what it is. Here's Peterson, and he is only normal. I was a little surprised by that, to be honest. I do not remember the tight end's name, but I imagine, yeah, this guy looks like he was probably the guy, Enrique Newhouse. I have no idea, but I imagine he was somewhere around 82, 83 speed. So I would assume that was him, which, if it was, not great. All right, so we are now in 82 overall. Let's take a look at the roster. Obviously, Kellen Mond is the starter. Kirk Cousins is to the curb. I don't even know if anyone offered him. I think there was like a bunch of old quarterbacks there, and the only one getting an offer was Winston because he was star. Mond, very, very low overall quarterback, but 69 overall, 23, which is a little worrisome, I can admit, but short route guru, looking okay. I mean, not great, okay. If we suck again, probably have to just go all in for a quarterback. No second-round pick, which sucks. Didn't really do much for next year. We got a 3rd from the Jets, which I suppose could be a late second, so we'll see. O-line, I mean, we have the entire starting O-line, assuming we can afford everyone. Tight end should be fine. Wide receiver 1 is great. Number 2, good enough for a year or two more. And then number 3, Drayton, could be the new number 2 in the future. Maybe even Thielen goes back to that true like slot role. Obviously, Dalvin Cook is set. As far as defense, Sherman is playing the starting role with Elliott at the backup spot. He's getting paid okay money, but everyone should start, so that's all that really matters. Carney, the new number 1 corner. Dantzler is the number 2 with Alexander in the slot role, which probably makes more sense for his size. DTs, I forgot about the hidden Stallworth, who I believe is star dev. He'll be the number 3. Dalvin, if we have to pay, will be gone. Ford, definitely look to replace him. And then linebackers, not the worst looking squad, so we could surprise some teams this year. I would expect at least a near 500 season, if not better. And obviously, a decent outlook. It just comes down to how well Kellen Mond plays. Did we make the right decision? That's the big question. So we have some re-signings. Sherman, no chance. Dalvin could get the re-signing. He actually is decent, but it really comes down to what kind of money we think we're going to have for Pierce going forward. So maybe, probably not. Garrett Bradbury, the new guard, since we moved that rookie in at center. A 3-year deal. Probably could have done a little bit more, but we'll see when we get there. Irv Smith, the injuries worry me, but I'm going to give him a 5-year deal. We're going to give him something worth like 30 mil, just to be a little bit more fair. 5-year, 31 works for him. Obviously works for us. Alexander Madison, that's not bad backup numbers. The question is, how much has he actually been involved? And the answer to that is not so much. Last year was okay. We're halfway through the year now, and it's looking pretty rough. I think we're going to let him go. This has got to be the most disappointing season I've ever seen. We've made it barely as we beat the Lions, but for one, look at the division. 2, I believe we're 8-2 and we finished 9-8, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't change anything about the scheme. We lost 5 straight. The Bills, fair enough. Jets, no shot. Lions, maybe. Patriots, probably not. Packers, fair enough. Man, we almost choked the season. We made the postseason, but wow. Talk about choking. And look at Ian Book. Oh my God, 41 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. Kellen Mond, yikes numbers. Could be good enough for star. Hopefully, definitely would not be good enough for superstar, though, if he had a chance at it. I will say we did have a lot of rushing numbers for touchdowns. Good job by Cook. Jefferson, that's what we want to see. Drayton, the number 3. I wouldn't say getting more action because, I mean, Thielen did have more catches, but better yards per catch by a mile. These receiving numbers ever since the start of this thing have been very strange, but we are in the postseason. That's the thing that matters. And speaking of D Ford, man, this guy just performs in sim. I don't know what it is, but he just does. 9.5 sacks. Pierce with 9, 8.5 for Hunter. I thought D Ford was going to be a one-year guy, but if he gets a superstar, and he's only asking for like a $10 million deal or something, I might have to give it to him. Kendricks could go to superstar. Harrison Smith at least kind of working off that debt he put us into. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. MVP to Christian McCaffrey. Got 2 running backs leading the MVP charge. Any awards at all. So Alfonso Choice, the Rookie of the Year with our guy at number 4. And then defensively we have number 6 with Carney. They have a number 1 with the Eagles. Tom Brady, good quarterback season. Yeah, I don't think our guy was going to be on the list. Dalvin all the way at 7 again, I believe. Receiver, no. O-line, definitely not. I mean, we made the postseason at least, so I suppose we have progress, obviously. Would have been nice to see the season finish out a little bit stronger than that. And the Buccaneers are down to an 87 overall. They're going down every season rather than up. However, Tom Brady, we know, just had a really good season for them. So, yeah, still probably a tough team to beat. Godwin, I would assume, is gone. He was in free agency. I don't think they re-signed him. Tampa Bay, not a bad place to play. See if we can actually get a nice little upset on them. It would be nice, even if we lose after this week, to at least be able to beat a team specifically as good as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the postseason. 7-0, not bad start. 10-0. We gave up 3, but that's fine. Good performance for the defense so far. We gave up 7. Once again, it's still good. Offense just needs to be more consistent because it seems like offense has had more drives, and that's what I'm talking about with the 2-point. 24-10. Tampa has a chance. And they have more than a chance. They actually have a very good chance to win it. Well, I suppose chance is the word anyways. We get the touchdown. 7 minutes for Tom Brady. Would you expect anything else? And they do not win, surprisingly enough. The offense, surprisingly, is the one to kind of clutch up. I will say, obviously, it seemed like after they got 17 points on the board, the offense did turn it over. But still, yeah, I mean, beating the Buccaneers here with Tom Brady still here is pretty impressive. Kellen Mond was awful rushing, still the carrier of this one. Tim Patrick, decent stats. Drayton with 100. Drayton could be a future star for this team. Daniel Hunter, really good job. Shaquille Barrett, not bad. Pretty modest numbers. Yancey with a pick. Carney with a pick. Dean and Smith with a pick. We won. It wasn't a clean one specifically for Mond, but we obviously won. We got a win in the playoffs under our belts. And now we find out who we face. I mean, beating the Buccaneers, I mean, it gives you a lot of hope that you can maybe even go all the way, perhaps. And I like the excel and change of direction, but yeah, you just don't go receiving back. I don't know why I thought I wanted to. I assumed his trucking and all that was better than that. It was not. So, yeah, probably should have went with power back. It is what it is, though. It's Dalvin. Who cares? Strength +2. Not bad. Lamar Drayton, I suppose, deep ret just for a chance for speed or release, which we get neither of, but we get some route running, short route running. Yeah, I don't think that's who we want as our short route runner. He's 6'5", 231. Come on. And normally I'd skip these, but we'll take a look at the playoff rivals one because this could be clutch in the snow. We got to do it. Hit power, fair enough. Green Bay in the postseason loves to turn the ball over, or play rec for the smarts. I mean, play rec's the smarter one, so that's the one I'm going to go with. Play rec. Defensive players on both teams will have a +5 play rec, and yeah, I'm sure. I mean, yes, that's how it works. You beat the team in front of you, and you make the next round. This actually could benefit us because Kellen Mond sucks anyways. So if we can at least drain Rodgers' ratings a little bit, could actually help us. And players of both teams have trouble accelerating, changing directions, and reaching their normal top speed. Game day goal: beat the Packers. I will say the Packers are looking a little rough. Only an 83 overall. We're higher than them, so could this Vikings rebuild be even quicker than I thought? I thought, maybe like a 4-year, 5-year is fair, but I mean, this team's moving, and Kellen Mond's not that good. Hasn't played that well. He obviously is a low-rated player. Who knows, though? Who honestly knows? I will say, even though we have the overall, I feel like they will win. Nice! Out the gate, long passing touchdown. Gotta assume it was Jefferson. 7-0. Looking okay. Looking okay. Defense has done its parts. We gave up 3, but we are fine with that. Second half, only up 7. That just does not seem like enough. There you go. Up 10. Holding nicely. Green Bay gets to 10. No way. Of course, a snowy blizzard game. You expect a low-scoring one, but 13-10, and we beat the Packers. That is shocking. Absolutely shocking stuff. Rodgers was awful. Mond was awful, but better than Rodgers. Rushing, Blasin game. He's a fullback. What are you doing? Oh, my Lord. Green Bay has lost their mind. Drayton has been absolutely insane, though. I will give it to him. Kenny Clark, really good. Oh, my. Stallworth, who's like the number 3 on the roster, came out and showed up. A lot of sacks in this one in general. Carney with another pick. Will Lutz, you idiot. I know Crosby missed 1, but you missed 2. We could have lost because of you. You were the new guy on, in campus. On campus, in team, on roster, kicker guy. That's it. That's all I've got for you. A bunch of upgrades. Let's get those in and maybe shock the world. Who knows? Do we get for winning under the conditions? They thought they had us figured out, but they were one step ahead of them the whole time. I get Sherman's like the veteran, but yeah, he is pretty good. Screw it. Defense will have +5 hit power for next game. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And then for the blizzard conditions, are we going to be even faster next week? Because that kind of seems like how it would get. In all my years of playing football, I'm not sure I've been part of a game where I felt like snowshoes might be. Yeah, okay, sure. If you say so, man. Your entire team is 2,500 XP with the 31 staff points total. And look at this. Look at this beauty. +4 to strength to all the offensive linemen. That'll make me gush my shorts. What? See who it is. Who is it going to be? The Giants. Well, let's talk about that blizzard once again. The Giants are obviously used to it even more than Minnesota, except for the time the stadium caved in, which I don't know how that would really prove anything. It's not like they went out there and played after that, but sure. Beat the Giants in New York. Super fair that they get the home game. In a snowy one. This is going to be an experience and a half. Other side, probably the Browns. I've seen the Browns constantly winning, so I would assume it's going to be them. And did they just show an in-game of Julio Jones wearing number 11 for the Titans? Way to go. So I'm pretty sure he's wearing a different number now, isn't he? Wearing number 2, I'd imagine. Because that's what it showed. And the Chiefs, Browns, Chiefs, can you really win? NFC rebuilds are definitely better, but you still have to face one of them in the damn postseason, regardless of how you want to do it. 9-7, speaking of how you want to do it, they're scoring touchdowns, but we're keeping up with field goals. Down 2 with field goals only. Will Lutz is stepping up to the plate, but can the offense step up to the plate with a touchdown? Come on, boys. I don't see it happening. The Giants are putting up way too many points in this weather. Down by 9. We kick a field goal to go down by 9. Are we going for it? I was about to say, I don't think we deserve a Super Bowl yet, right? But at the same time, do the Giants? I sure as hell don't think so. And we're going to Jefferson, who obviously holds on to that thing. Wow, we got to change something up or get a new quarterback. Kellen Mond. This is almost worse of a carry for the Vikings than Peyton Manning with the Broncos. Okay, watch your profanity, because Kellen Mond's that dude. Don't be disrespecting Kellen Mond like that. And the offense is just letting the clock dissipate. They do not care. It's not quite PA crossers, but, Jefferson's still going to be our main look on the play. I don't care if Jefferson's open. Irv Smith has so much room underneath. He's looking really slow there. We're in field goal range. Can Will Lutz put up the greatest postseason kicking performance of all time? Because I'll be honest with you, that's what it is. Right now, he is putting up the greatest performance. I don't know how many kicks it is. It's got to be at least 5. And Irv, he's that dude. Could he score? Down to the 6. 4 seconds left. Probably should have made it with 1 second left. If Will Lutz misses this kick, I swear to God, I will chase this man down and just say, why, man? Why'd you do that? And he did it. 25-24. The Giants go home. Did we give them some help? Maybe. But I will say in defense of us for once. I normally do just straight up and mid. Okay, fair enough. They probably didn't deserve to win. If the game properly managed the clock, I think they would have done it on their own. I really do. They were moving. You know, they got 12 yards. I don't know why you would run with Mond. This is a waste of clock. 12, 8, 17, 5. I mean, that's not terrible. It's just they don't manage the clock because the game just doesn't manage the clock at all. Kellen Mond, once again, Daniel Jones, pretty bad. Mond, pretty bad, but better. Also, interesting. Same percentage, 4 yards off, same attempts, same completions. Okay, yeah, sure, good job. Kellen Mond ran a lot. Interesting enough. Drayton, 3 straight performances with 100+ yards. D Ford clutching up. I mean, 6 for... Oh, he's the GOAT. I just talked crap on him last week. He needed it. He needed to step up, and he put up, hands down, no questions asked, the greatest postseason kicking performance ever. 6 for 6 in blizzard conditions in an away stadium. 1 for 50+, multiple in the 40 to 49 range. He went off. He went off. He carried. He carried. We won a game with field goals. Can you believe it? That is insane. Absolutely nuts stuff. And we are on to the Super Bowl now. I will say, will we actually, win it? I cannot tell you that because it is the Chiefs. But we'll see. Yes, Sherman, you literally just said that last week. But sure, the dementia's hitting him. Nice. Catching for running backs or fullbacks by 5 or wide receivers and tight. I think I'm going to go wide receivers, tight ends, believe it or not. And we can't afford the strength for left end / DT / right end, but obviously that's what we're going to be aiming for. You can also do 2 of these, which I would assume be +4, right? Which is pretty good for press. All right, so the Chiefs, who are the 14-3 team, nice. Let's take a look at DevUps. I did look at one just to check, and I knew he wasn't going to get it, but I felt like it was only fair. Kellen Mond, we put him at star. Now, I will obviously not be forcing superstar, but whether he deserved it based on, yards or, touchdowns or not, whether he held us down a little bit or not, he's in the Super Bowl as an under 75 overall youngster. He deserves to be star. I'm sorry. Maybe you're really mad about the Harrison Smith one. Maybe you're even more mad about that one. It's my rebuild. Stop yelling at me, okay? No other DevUps on offense. Unfortunately, Thielen, 88 overall. Interesting. +1 temp boost. In fairness, that temp boost looks like it could be even better than +1 because it's a lot of catching. O-line's decent. No DevUp there. Defensively, that is massive. Michael Pierce, Carney was already superstar. Michael Pierce to superstar. Ronnie Harrison to superstar. Any other ones? I do not think there was anyone else, but that is massive. I thought Ford should have gotten it, but it is what it is. Pierce to superstar. That's big because I obviously want to keep him long-term, and we might be able to now with that one. I don't know. Can we do it? Can we absolutely shock the Chiefs? After this media day, we'll find out. It obviously means everything. I should probably try just the beginning, just to see if it does anything else. I guess we just get staff points. Ooh, does that give us exactly enough? Ironically enough, for our +4 strength? I think it might. Oh, that is quite clutch. Here we go. 88 overall Chiefs, 86 overall Minnesota Vikings. Are the Chiefs going to win back-to-back? Or will this 73 overall god-tier quarterback outperform Mahomes? This team has been able to just make some of the best in the game look like average quarterbacks. Can we do it to Patrick Mahomes, who could quite go down as the greatest talent at the quarterback position ever? We're about to find out. 7-3, had a chance, did not capitalize. 13-3, halftime. Can't give that up, but we do get back to it. This is a freaking onslaught. Both teams are going for it. Nothing is being left behind. It is a 1-point lead for Minnesota. The defense holds on and blocks the kick. 3rd and 5, though. They basically just hand them a touchdown. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. They're going to go for the field goal. Defense is good, but do you trust it that much? I mean, it looks like they just sold. They did. Minnesota, the coaching was iffy there. The defense was really rough in the spots we needed them the most. You know what? It wasn't the defense. It was the offense. You can't give up a 3-and-out inside your own 10 after the defense just held at the goal line to give them just a walk-in touchdown. I mean, they literally had to go like 35 yards. That's unfortunate. That is a real heartbreaker. And honestly, I was about to say, Kellen Mond seemed to put up some numbers too. Technically outperform Mahomes, right? I mean, the completion percentage is a little low, but didn't throw that pick. Didn't cost us a turnover, but at the same time, when you're not delivering strikes to get first downs, it can be just as bad as a turnover. As we've seen, it was like a 30-some yard punt. They really didn't have to go far at all. Drayton's first game under 100 yards all postseason, but it was still a good performance, obviously, with 2 touchdowns. We just faced a team that was just a little bit better than us, and honestly, to only lose by that much, that's still impressive. And of course, Will Lutz misses a kick. They obviously do as well. Ours was blocked. I know I said blocked, but as far as EA is concerned, if you're missing, a chip shot field goal like that, it's basically a block, right? Like, the teams aren't going to miss those kicks often when they're that short, so just call it a block. Call it what it is. Maybe we can make it back to this stage next season, and the Chiefs won't have, Tyrann Mathieu or something. I don't know. Got to be running out of money at some point. As far as, forcing wins or restarting, we didn't. We just had a really good season. Can we replicate it? I don't know. I just don't see it. 9-8 in this tough division. We'll find out. Obviously, we'll go for another year or two. I think this, even though we didn't win a Super Bowl here, this kind of feels like a 4 years. So if we don't get it done in 4, we might actually cut it one shorter than normal. But we'll see. Kind of feel the vibes out first. So we actually did lose some players due to overall and potential retirement. D4 dropped way too hard for me to give him a 1 year 7. Richard Sherman dropped really hard. Dalvin didn't. Just don't need him, unfortunately. Alexander Madison. I didn't look at the final tally, but it looked like he had a down year. A lot of touchdowns, though. I mean, I don't hate the contract. He is pretty good. If he takes it, I'll give it to him. Yeah, 4 year 18's worth it for both sides. All right, so we obviously made a win with our draft pick, our second-round pick that we got rid of. Obviously, the defense definitely carried. If we just had our pass game going, which obviously is something that's usually pretty easy to develop in Sim, we'd be cooking. As far as what we actually need to work on, number 1 is Thielen even here still, which he is. He's an 84 overall, kind of where I thought he would be. Can get rid of him. Don't think it's worth it just yet. I kind of like the way the trio is played anyways. Kellen Mond, doubtful replacement, but I will say I'm more attached to him as a player than actual performance base, because obviously year 1 was year 2 definitely still, and then year 3 obviously to be determined. But overall, I'm not, once again, I'm more attached to him as the person than the actual player, the talent. So we'll see if there's an option there for us. Right end is something we obviously need to focus on, maybe the number 1 need. And, wow, Carney did go up a lot in overall. Not bad at all. And probably a safety is Harrison Smith, even though he's on that long-term deal. Way to go, Minnesota. We do need a replacement for him because he's not looking super great. He might retire before that money runs out. So looking at free agency, gotta say, Carney would have still been, cornerback in general would have still been. Ooh, damn, dude, that's tough. Because obviously in real life, Rodgers would, well, let me think. Rodgers would have probably played for someone new last year. So, yeah, Green Bay didn't make... So, in my opinion here, I've done a Packers rebuild. You probably have seen it. My theory is if Rodgers doesn't at least make the Super Bowl with Green Bay this year in real life, he's probably gone. And if he's probably gone, he will move on to a team that will give him something at least in the 3-year department that is almost fully guaranteed. So, realistically... Rodgers cannot be a Viking without a trade, which Green Bay will not do unless he makes the Super Bowl year 1, which he did not. So unfortunately, this 90 overall X Factor who could literally win us a Super Bowl next season, cute as hell. I mean, what? I will say, as a Rodgers and Packers fan, Rodgers gets a lot of justice. A lot of his pitchers always look decent, but anytime I watch him, he looks like he's just sick of life. He just looks really rough anytime I see it. But yeah, I mean, you can't do it. Just can't do it. There's some really decent names here. Do you pay Za'Darius that kind of money, though? That's a lot of money, but he obviously fills a need at pass rush. which gives us that, kind of thunder lightning edge rush that we could not, would be nice to see. I'd be more in the market for a 3-year 44. If he wants it, I'll give it to him. As far as cornerback goes, Byron Murphy's a hard person to pass on. But I think we have the corners. I think we can also save money. There's a difference between realism and what I would do personally. Personally, I would get Byron Murphy here. But I just don't think that's a thing that the Vikings would do in real life. Carney has proven himself. Dantzler is okay. And our number 3 is still here for a couple more years. So I just don't see the money being right. I don't see it being the biggest need anymore. It doesn't seem to work out. Max Crosby, 82 overall, another slower type guy, but decent. It would be nice if they actually showed you how they played the previous season, but you literally can't look that up, right? Ratings, progression history, it doesn't show you any of that, unfortunately. That's got to be something they add soon, because not being able to see that is pretty bad. And I don't think you can actually look it up because they're a free agent, so they're not on any team to, particularly look it up for. All right, let's take a look at the contracts. And no! This was a 2-part plan. I changed the contract to J.J. Watt and decided to bring Byron Murphy on because it would be someone familiar to him with his Cardinals day, playing day. I wouldn't say days. I guess it is days, but season. Byron Murphy was a 4-year 65, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was. And J.J. Watt was a 1-year 16. And the worst part is, I believe if he rejected us, that means he went to Chicago. That was another part. It was basically a 3-year. Obviously, this is going to crash my game here in a second. But that was actually a 3-year or a 3-part challenge because obviously we'd be taking away from them. That is a massive cucking, and it may be, if we even have a chance, time to go right back to Za'Darius if we can. What is Za'Darius being offered? Holy crap. Okay, it's not that bad, actually, but it's a little high for my liking. We could offer him. I'm not going to do it, though. I'm not going to. If anything, I'd probably just go with another, randomer. Maybe we even can. Yeah, we can get D Ford back. Do we, though? That's the question. What about Brandon Graham? How's he looking? 82 overall. Pretty good still, actually. Do we go with Brandon Graham or do we go with D Ford again? Brandon Graham it is. All right, we're back in the draft, and we have pick 31, unfortunately, the second worst draft pick to have. Rick Sherman is a guy that I was going to go with, but obviously we do not need that anymore. Duke Groves, mid-first quarterback, looks insane. I think we're just going to ride it out with Kellen Mond, though. I mean, I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it's just the rest of the team, but it worked. It just worked, so I'm just going to let it happen. I do not believe we actually have a first-round player, so we may lose some guys going down to 31, but with that much talent there in the early second, I just don't think it's worth trading up for. Let's take a look at some of those players. The clock's running. Don't worry about it. Who is this? Andrew Atkinson. Not looking bad, but probably not the best available. What else do we have? Kerry Philibin. I mean, there's a lot of really good players. And the toughest part is there's some really good wide receivers here. Dom Poole. I mean, look at that. That's just filthy. So good. Tavares Ray. I mean, there's so much talent. What do you do? The real question is, any of the pass rushers there? They are James Cortez, the guy that they talked about as a good prospect. Late second, mid-second with Rob Pollock. The thing is, we don't need any of these players right now. I don't know who I'd rather go for, though. I think it's a trade down. Trade down and then trade back in as soon as one of those guys goes. And if not, we can just go for Cortez last second. But obviously, you know me in that age. I'm not a huge fan of 23. We moved down to 35. We gain a 4th and a 7th from the Dolphins, which I think is probably fair. Some decent players went. I do not know if either of the... did they both go? I think there was 2 of them. I think that was one of the other ones. Cortez is still there. You have DJ Cartwright. It's the age that gets me, but it is only 1 year higher. Power move +1. Is Cortez even a speed rusher? I don't know. If you're going to go with a pass rusher, I think it's Cartwright, and I think we're going to go with a pass rusher. DJ Cartwright, 77 overall. Of course, we do not like that normal dev, but we love the power move. We definitely love the excel. The speed is okay. The block shed's decent. I hesitated because I got worried about that red, but seeing obviously the power move, which we knew was going to be good, that's a W. Definitely a W. We did get Brandon Graham, who will be the starter, but that guy obviously has a very bright future with this team, and I do not hate the pick. We do also have our own third-round pick, which isn't, massively great, but still, third-round pick is a third-round pick. Cody Galloway, another speed rush type, but once again, can you tell if he's a speed rusher or if he's a coverage guy with the wrong archetype? I do not know, so we're going to move him up because he's one of the front runners. Tyree Grubbs, probably not. Barlow. I mean, there's some really good players here. Don't really need O-line, but I suppose some of our guys are kind of getting older. Like our right guard is technically 28, needs a contract in 2 years. Might be worth taking a stab. That center looks really good. This third-round center, Ted Westerman. Also, once again, do have Galloway. Yeah, screw it. Ted Westerman's the pick. 72 overall hidden. Can't be wrong with a hidden development lineman. Ever. Literally ever. And it sounds like I'm drunk sometimes, but I promise you, I'm just tired. Sometimes when I do these rebuilds, I'm like, you know what? You know what's even better pain? Is just being tired while you do it, right? Fourth round. Oh, man, we're going to look so dumb if we take a running back, especially if he's good after signing. I don't want to do it. Do I? Goddard looks so good, though. We're going to take him. Rodney Goddard, 75 overall normal, and literally like a slightly faster Alexander Madison clone. It's actually uncanny. And it might seem like a reach, but this guy looks like an absolute stud. Steal Dwayne Barber. We're going to take him. And 74 overall normal. Obviously a stud. And honestly, the front runner to take over the starting strong safety job once Harrison Smith is gone, which the way he regressed could actually be next season, which is surprising after the contract he just signed. Minnesota, hear that? Although as a Packers fan, I'm not going to question it. Good job. Tyree Grubbs is still there. I got to do it. I got to take him. Tyree Grubbs is my pick. 71 overall normal. So a lot of normal dev players. A lot of very good players. But yeah, a lot of normals. The hiddens were not flying today. But that's fine because once again, we did land a hidden center. And obviously that pass rusher we got is absolutely nuts. 89 power move as a rookie. I mean, he is technically better than Brandon Graham. We probably could start him and no one would bat an eye. The Brandon Graham contract was a 1 year 7.5. We have extra money. It wouldn't have absolutely crippled us. And we need a freaking linebacker. Give us Devon Pinkney. I believe they've actually had a player named Pinkney. Was he a DB? Can't remember. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of going to conclude the draft. I don't think we really need too much more. So unless someone really solid is just glaring right into us, I don't think it's worth it. We're going to trade this down, grab the fullback, and then see what we have for 7th round picks. Late 6th, Ham may need a contract. Kevin Farrany is going to be our choice. 70 overall normal. Still have yet to draft a single hidden special teamers, whether fullback, kicker, punter. Maybe we'll see one. Maybe there just isn't any in general. We'll see. Or we won't, I suppose, if we never get one. So I believe our only hidden was actually the center. I don't even care. He's not going to start the season no matter what, so we're going to just let him live. Was this the quarterback? I think Harris was the quarterback. Yikes for Miami. Calvin Harris. Okay, interesting name there. Feels a familiar name, now that it's not like the most basic name ever anyways. Star development trait. Shepard, I don't think he was one. 68 overall for Arizona. This was a pretty bad quarterback class. Although I will say, the second rounders, there were a few of them, but I just didn't really like them enough to actually take one. So we'll take a look. Duke Groves, that was the guy. 74 overall hidden. Very fast. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a guy you just draft and use in a user league. We'll see how much that we sell. He is a star, so, I mean, make all your arguments, make your bets. Nick Stephenson, normal bad decision there. And then once again, I think there was a couple of second-round quarterbacks. Clancy, 74 overall, speedly hidden player. I don't know why the Chargers would go for him. Maybe they're going to let Herbert go, which would be a shocker, but maybe. Kyle Clancy, superstar development trait. Interesting. I also do want to take a look at those wide receivers. They were actually insane. Bagley, Junior Bagley, the Panthers with a normal dev quarterback again. What's new? But let's take a look at those wide receivers. There was some really, really talented guys there. Wilkinson, I don't think, was one of them. Dom Poole definitely was. Normal dev only. Obviously, insane talent, but no aggressive, no catching, feet in bounds, no possession, none of that. Rob Pollock was actually the guy we wanted, and how much did we sell? Speed and excel-wise, not at all. Power move, not at all. Block shed, not at all. But if this man is higher than star, we obviously sold. If he's only star, though, definitely not, because we can get XP for free. And, yeah, star dev, make your arguments. I think we did all right there. Max Bernard, I cannot remember if he was one of them. I'd imagine he was hidden. I can't really, once again, I don't want to look at him if it wasn't. Andrew Billingsley, fair enough. Clyde Black, Tavares Ray, super speed demon to the Lions. Something they've been needing for a while. I mean, those guys looked good, but I think we did pretty well as well. So we give Dantzler off to the Cardinals, who just lost Byron Murphy for a 3rd and 4th round pick. I am not prepared to sign a 3rd corner, even though we could have, because I'd imagine his number would have been a lot less than Byron anyways, and we afforded Byron, but might as well get something valuable off of it. A 3rd and 4th, not bad at all. And we know that the Cardinals quarterback situation, I don't know what the situation is, because they drafted one. Can't afford Murray? I don't know what it is, but regardless, we have our roster. We have that extra pick, or picks, and we are headed on to year 3 that we just came off of a Super Bowl loss, a very narrow Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs for. Here's the roster for year 3. Obviously, Adam Thielen is looking to be replaced after this season. I think there's just pretty much no chance he's here after next year. As far as everyone else goes, I think they're pretty much all starters going forward. So really, it's just Thielen we need to replace, which Drayton will be the number 2. So really just need a number 3 wide receiver, and Phillips can be that guy. Defensively, DTs are set. The whole D-line looks set. Linebacker is a different story outside of Harrison. Barr will be gone. Kendricks could be gone. Harrison will be gone probably, assuming, he does retire. Barber could be the replacement. Corners are good. I mean, the team looks like it's in place. We just need some seasons under the belt, or maybe even just win it this year. You never know. We might actually do it. We just got done losing. Maybe we've done enough. This must be the year we pay Pierce, right? Oh my God, this might be the year where we go bankrupt. Danielle Hunter obviously is a guy that you have to pay 5 year. I feel like he would want a 5-year deal though. Nah, 32 years old. You're just gonna accept it. 20 mil per year is perfectly fine. Justin Jefferson, that's a 6-year deal worth 123 mil. Works out for me. Eric Kendricks, that's not bad. Would he be willing to do that on a 1-year? If he was an X Factor, I probably would just give him the 2-year, but I think he's going to go down in overall, so maybe we'll just tag him if we can. Pierce, I think we can afford a 2-year, and I think as a DT, he should be fine at 30 for 2 years, so 2-year, 24, paying a lot for that defense, but totally worth every penny. And speaking of worth every penny, Will Lutz has got to be worth it, right? He had one bad performance in the postseason, the rest was god tier. Ezra Cleveland. Wow, the re-signings continue. I'm going to actually have to chill out a little bit. I got to make sure we actually have the money. Okay, so we're letting Brandon Graham go, obviously. Barr, Woods, Troy Dye, so we can afford Ezra. We'll have what appears to be about 40 mil to work with. So, yeah, we're in a good spot. Kellen Mond needs a contract soon. That's where things could get tricky. Also, why not just pay Jack Fox? It's pretty much going to be paying 3 mil for any puncher you get. Might as well get a good one for that price. Irv Smith is a superstar, and if I'm not mistaken, the tight end glitch may still exist, making it the only way to get a superstar dev tight end without drafting one or having one already. Absolute W. And in Minnesota fashion, we have choked the season away. It's completely and missed the playoffs. Way to go, boys. Way to go. This is the playoffs. That's not something we're in at this point in time. We absolutely choked it. Once again. Again, the second half of the season, we lose 5 out of the last 6 to teams like the Panthers, the Falcons, Washington, I suppose. But really, the Broncos. I mean, come on. Take a look at Mr. Mond's numbers. Oh, my. He's just a game manager at this rate. The offense was awful. Absolutely awful numbers, especially with decent receivers. Darisaw was awful, speaking of. 3 guys over 100 tackles. Danielle Hunter wanted that contract, has deserved it. Pierce, not bad at all, especially for a guy that's not even supposed to be a pass rusher. Cartwright, 7.5. Ronnie Harrison. I mean, the defense, once again, as always, seems to have held up their end of the bargain with the offense, who has the talent to do so, just absolutely selling as usual. Defensive Player of the Year, Danielle Hunter. Rookie of the Year, DJ Cartwright. The Panthers with Aaron Rodgers. Maybe. I mean, I suppose their team isn't that bad. Danielle Hunter, Defensive Lineman of the Year as well. I mean, that's just a disappointment. What were the numbers? Look at the numbers for the defense. Okay, the pass yards per game were pretty bad, but points per game allowed, 2. Rush yards per game, 1. 29th in pass, but who gives a damn? We were number 2 in points per game allowed with a bad offense. I mean, we had okay rushing, but the passing was awful. Once again, I'm not sure why I'm tied to Kellen Mond here. I really do not know why I care to keep him on the roster, but yet, I mean, I don't know, dude. Rookie of the Year for one of my players. Nice, thank you. And the Patriots win over the Rams. Haven't seen that one before. We had some dev-ups. We did not have some dev-ups. None on offense, actually. Defensively, ironically enough, we do see a dev-up for Kendricks, which is clutch, but not clutch enough as he has dropped a 6 overall points, 2 in speed. Do we give him one last go to try to make a miracle run? Barr is gone. Obviously, Ronnie Harrison has been an absolute stud. Could move him to safety, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? He's crushing it that much. You just keep him there. And then, of course, Cartwright, who is a very studly player, gets a star dev upgrade. 91 power move. I mean, I suppose you probably just go with run stopper at this rate, right? 80 overall, gets a block shed, gets some tackling. No upgrade on this one. And he gets more block shed, play rec. What a stud. Honestly, just a beast. But yeah, the only thing you can really do, let's see if we can actually get rid of Harrison, which we cannot. So Harrison's on the team for another year. Barr's gone. Kendricks, once again, I kind of want to keep him, but we'll see. The team is falling apart a little bit, but we probably do have enough money to at least make one more run at the thing. Like I said, I feel like this could be the year where, instead of going for that 5 years that we do, maybe it actually makes sense to go for 4 instead. Eric Kendricks, a 1 year 13, so 8 mil guaranteed. So like 6. I mean, that's pretty fair comparatively. Wants to play for a new team. The franchise tag is 15. Well, you're going to get your wish, I suppose. Maybe. Because, once again, if there's no... We might still pay him in free agency. We have 52 mil to work with. It'd be really interesting to see if there's any quarterbacks there, because we're not tied to Kellen Mond at all. Like, he could be gone, and it wouldn't hurt us one bit. Or even just have him as a backup. Wouldn't hurt us one bit, because we're not really paying him anything. Only thing it would hurt is just him not being worth the draft pick that was used on him. Lots of money and really not much to re-sign going forward. I mean, I feel like the team is in a really good spot. You have to pay Darisaw, Mond, but obviously we're not looking to continue this team with Mond. I mean, we're in a really good situation financially. If there's a decent quarterback there, we may offer. We might make a play. Darren Waller, what a name. Absolute god status still. Julio, same deal. Aaron Rodgers is there again. He's there again. Once again, I think you would be pretty much fully guaranteed for 3 years. I don't see it being realistic. I don't like it. And unfortunately, he is by far the best quarterback here. There's no one else even close to worth the money. Oh, my Lord. This is unbelievably tough to pass on. I can't, dude. His whole freaking legacy would be ruined in general, even if he won the Super Bowl, because, well, maybe not if he won the Super Bowl, but, he would literally be just copying Favre pretty much. Like, you can't. It just doesn't make any sense. It's too predictable. We can't. We just can't. I want him. It's not going to work out. Realistically, it makes no sense. All the money in the world we have, but we have no one to technically spend it on. Wait, did Thielen retire? He's not there. I mean, I'm paying Julio Jones, I think, if Thielen is gone. He did retire. Drayton Fitz is number 2, not a slot guy, even though he's played okay there. But we have all the money in the world. We're just going to pay Julio. We're just going to pay him. We have to do something. We need someone. 2-year deal. We're doing it. Patriots probably going to snipe him, which would make this offseason just the worst. Because honestly, like, what do you do? Like, we just don't have any money to work. Like, we have too much money to work with and nothing to use it on. But, like, what do? Just force some contract? Julio at least makes sense. All right, big moment. Do we get anyone? And I will be honest with you, of all the names there, we got... I don't even know who the damn tight end is. Oh, yeah, he was a star backup. Julio Jones was the guy I did not want to be gone. Eric Kendricks, a 2-year 20 in the end. He wins. Eric Kendricks won. Rodgers still there. I believe there's 3 teams now that desperately need a quarterback. The rest are pretty much fine. One of them being us. So if we can get the Broncos or the Colts to take Rodgers, we should be able to just easily snag one of the 2 decent quarterbacks that are there, mathematically giving us a decent, outlook here. But overall, I mean, I don't know if they're going to do that. I mean, Rodgers still there without a freaking offer. And you could make the argument, oh, well, it's more unrealistic to let Rodgers just go to free agency without someone signing him. But that's Madden. It's not actually like nobody wants him. It's just the way Madden's built. The game has been glitchy like that for years. All right, so it's time to go to the draft. We pretty much have everything we assume to have ready to go. The real question is, will a quarterback go number 1 overall? And I believe the Lions did already draft one, so it'd be really shocking if they did. And I can't see the draft. And of course the Lions do. They were not even one of the teams that I had on the list of teams that needed a guy. I mean, I suppose we're going to trade up to number 2. Kellen Mond cannot be the guy. We'll trade assuming this guy's hitting, we'll trade Kellen Mond to the Colts for a 2nd-round pick, I think. But yeah, this is going to cost us a lot. I think this is actually pretty fair because the calculator, normally pick 1 overall goes for $3K when nobody even comes close to that for trade value. 1st round this year, which is 17. Pick 20 next year and 49. May even add a 2nd next as well, I think. I mean, just to call it fair, it is what it is, right? I mean, we're going for a quarterback. They know that. They probably would have had offers from other teams as well. That's fair. 2 seconds, 2 firsts. For potential future Hall of Fame quarterback John Barber, do not sell. Do not sell. It's not even his fault if he sells. 77 overall hidden. That is a win. He is the automatic starter. We can trade Kellen Mond because the Colts, they need a quarterback. That's exactly what they're going to go for if they had a chance. Addison Kindle, they're actually going to make out pretty decently here. An 81 overall corner with Kellen Mond, who's, not bad. 77 overall. You'll see the Colts quarterback situation in a moment here. Carson Wentz, absolutely disgusting. Pick 35 is fair. Give it to us. Thank you. And we do have a lot of stuff there. We have a lot of 2nd-rounders and whatnot. I think we'll try to trade down for Bordelon. We definitely need a linebacker. If we don't get him, though, we have Roman Barker, just as good looking. But, I think he's just a little bit too slow for me. We do not know Dan Bordelon or whatever. You know what? Barker may be the better choice. I think either way, we're just going to trade down. So we trade 35, Tywoman, and Marquise Alexander for 58, 90, and 110. Of course, the 110 is next year from the Cowboys. Roman Barker is the only linebacker remaining. He's obviously going to be our choice. Please, with that 40 time, be hidden. And he is a 74 overall hidden development player. And that's kind of what we need. We have, what is his name? Ronnie Harrison, who kind of flies around the ball, more of a coverage guy. We have Kendricks, who's more of a slow old man who's about to retire. And then we have Roman Barker, who is probably a pass rusher and not actually a coverage guy at all. So we ended up trading 2/3 this year for 2/3 next year with a 4th and a 5th, I believe. And now we are late 3rd again with Lance McPherson, who looks really solid. Perfect number 3, 74 overall normal, and looks like the perfect number 3 to me. Would not be a Minnesota freaking Vikings offense without some sort of white wide receiver. Or just receiver in general. Rudolph, I suppose. Early 5th-round pick. Could say that this is too early. We're going to go for an undersized middle linebacker. Brett Brooks, 65 overall normal. Fast, but sad. And now we take a 6'4" safety. 66 overall. Tall, but sad. So we did land a few hiddens, only 2 to be fair. John Barber, better than star, you're my hero. If not, this is not a sell, but definitely not super great. Superstar, that's a win. That is a win. Number 97. I'm going to put him at number 10. Is that what Ponder wore? I can't remember. But Aaron Pearson, I don't know. Faster than our guy, I believe, right? Our guy was like 79 speed. He's going to be an X Factor. It's going to suck. But, hey, we got a superstar. I'm happy with that. X Factor or not, it's fine. Superstar. Obviously not as good, but still. We landed a superstar. They landed a superstar. These guys landed a really good corner. I think everyone won today. I think we all did well for ourselves. Wait, one second. Everyone but the Eagles, of course. So we have the roster for year 4 of this Vikings rebuild, and the team is technically looking better than ever because Barber, who is a superstar, actually can develop pretty quickly here. It could be like an 84, maybe 85 by the end of the season, depending, especially if he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. The receivers, obviously, definitely a bit of a downgrade, but Drayton obviously has played really well for us and hopefully fills the number 2 role. Maybe we should have drafted a quarterback after a wide receiver, but you can't go wrong with pick 2 overall being a superstar quarterback. As far as the O-line goes, maybe one of the best in the league. Obviously, a lot of morale boost, but it's not even morale boost. I keep switching my mindset from different years. It's not morale boost, it's temp boost. So, yeah, it says +3, but that's a +3 that will stay there, right? Because it's all temp rather than morale. So, as long as we keep the coaching staff intact, we should be fine, and there will be like all 90s. Stallworth, not a bad overall. A lot of high overall temp boosts. Did the AIs also get these? Because if not, that's kind of cheese. +4. Like, I didn't even realize how much Pierce regressed because of the temp boost. Which, I mean, it actually doesn't seem that bad. But +4, and he's in 87 overall. As far as everyone else goes, we look good. We have 1, maybe 2 years left in us before, people are just gone or really regress. So, good management of money and maybe just a win this season would be great. We'll see. Can we even get back to the big game? I don't know. We've had a bit of a tumble. We had a really good streak, and then we lost a few in the row, but we have re-signings. First and foremost, starter tackles, not easy to find. Darisaw gets the 5-year 63, and a bunch of backup-level talents. Surratt never had a chance. He also started off really old. Do I want to keep him for 1.88 though? Probably, right? Like, that's not bad money. We'll pay 1 linebacker. Receiver, also probably should have had Marset get a chance, didn't. And then Nwangwu, we just don't need him. I don't even know if that's how you say his name. It's like Nwangwu. It's not Nwang. Nwang? Keen? I don't know. I'm going to let him go just because I can't even pronounce his name. Which, if that is the basis of all of our re-signings, boy, are there going to be a lot of people let go in the future. Sam Sherman. Like, could you imagine? And I'm going to spoil it for you. We're going to win the division. Now, the wild part is, of course we lose. The wild part is the Packers and Bears are awful. I will show you guys we did not force any wins, or for the rest of the division, we didn't force any losses. Show you guys right now where the Bears... Yeah, they lost a lot there. This is strange. I mean, isn't Jordan Love... I mean, I think he's still a Packer, but isn't Jordan Love, like, really high on the ratings every year? Like, it seems like his yards and touchdowns are always in the top tier. Pretty sure we'll see him, yeah, right there. 8-16 with 44 touchdowns. Calvin Harris, cool music, bro. Coming up there as well. John Barber, 44.04 as a rookie. 46 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Dalvin Cook went off, and so did Alexander Madison. It seems that re-signing was a very good decision, even though we got Goddard, who's like basically him, but better. Receiving, oh my god, can we share? Where's Drayton's numbers, bro? I'll take an X Factor Justin Jefferson, but share next time, maybe? I don't know. O-line, actually really solid numbers for Sim. 2 guys over 100 tackles. Barker should be Rookie of the Year. Sack totals, 12.5 for Daniil Stallworth. Another modest 7.5 yard sack number. Pierce, really good once again for a guy that just isn't a pass rusher. Interceptions, a couple, nothing really to note. Will Lutz, not bad. But We know that Will Lutz is the playoff performer. So missing 2 out of 12 isn't bad. As long as he plays the way he does in the postseason. Barber the rookie at 8 for MVP. Insane numbers. Obviously rookie of the year. Same with Barker. Best quarterback in the entire NFC. Yeah, this man could be higher than an 83 84. It said he was an 82 right there. And obviously he gets a lot of XP. Thanks for the notification. Professional. Who is this? It's got to be Harrison Smith. But he gets a lot of XP once we actually get to the Super Bowl and we, get the award XP, I'm assuming. But one last hurrah. Is this Harrison Smith? And, Coach, I was going to say anything, but it feels like this. I thought it was going to be John Barber. Like, I'm done. But, yeah, I think we all know that it's Harrison Smith's last hurrah. I wish he would have been gone before. I mean, yeah, let's win one for Harrison. Woohoo. Of course, the Saints at 9-8. We should have done way better. You guys, if you've seen it, we were 7-0, and then we lost 4 straight. Beautiful numbers. 91 overall for us, 89 for them. Jefferson is kind of a better player than Thomas. I imagine he's also faster, and he obviously is younger, so he has more time to work with. But yeah, I mean, we should have them matched in pretty much every position, right? Like, Dalvin in-game is probably just as good, if not better. Nah, I'd still say Kamara is probably better in-game. But we have the better receiving group, I would assume. Better quarterback, I would assume. Better O-line, maybe, because, some of those ages were probably caught up to the Saints. Better tight end by a mile, I would say. I would say we have the better team in general. Wow, this is a close game. 27-all. Could you ask for anything else? I sometimes get mad when we lose games that we shouldn't. This is a game I wouldn't even be mad with. We're a pretty even team. The score is even. Our offense sucks. Oh, my Lord. Are you serious? Overtime. They missed the kick. Shouldn't have let go of Will Lutz, you idiots. Maybe. We'll see. Offense, please. Okay. Nope, you got it. You got to punt it. It's 4th down. I didn't get there in time. Wait a minute. Did they just, get a penalty? Come on, guys. Did we throw a pick? Offensive penalty. You guys are a joke. Both teams. Both teams should have to forfeit their right for the divisional round. I don't know who didn't make the wild card round that should have, or they were very close, but we should just give them the spot. We're just going to throw this away, basically. Wow. I mean, you can't blame me. I need to go 24 yards. It's not my fault. Damn, these teams suck. Really good punt, though. And is this double overtime? Do we have a chance? Okay, we're moving. Will Lutz against his old team does it. Oh my God, that is the longest sim I've ever seen. And we probably shouldn't even have been in overtime because they had a chance at a field goal before half. But I suppose with the way both teams are playing, it wouldn't surprise me if they missed a bunch. Unfreaking believable. Ah, crap, I forgot the last hurrah message. Who gives a damn? The Cowboys, rough defense, very good offense. We are a balanced squad. Defense played okay, but offense was awful for us, so we'll see what happens here. But I'm not going to hold my breath. The way we just played, especially in the second half of last game, is not promising. Of course, the Chiefs move on to the championship round. Who could have seen that coming? 7-0. Dallas reciprocates. I think that's the word. 14-7. This is a battle. Really good run by Dalvin Cook before half. No points. 21 all. Offense gets 7. Offense gets another 7. Defense holding on, and we're going to win. This is the kind of game I like to see, especially against Mike McCarthy. He's like that damn NFC North. John Barber, really not that good. Definitely relying heavy, super heavy on the ground game. And you know what? It worked today. It worked. Yeah, Barber's an 86 overall with his morale boost / probable temp boost. I mean, look at him already. I mean, that's just filth. Makes Kellen Mond look like just Jameis Winston with a left arm. I suppose Jameis Winston does have a left arm. So does Mond. So does most of these players, if not all of them. And would you look at that? The Niners team name carrying them here to the championship round, as they are only an 86 overall. We're a 91. And as you will expect it, and I expect it, this will be the game we lose. No shock. And I've cursed the game by accidentally clicking in and punting it. Sometimes I do. It happens every once in a while, okay? Sometimes it happens. And once again, shocker, it's the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Not a bad start. Defense holds. We get a touchdown. They do get a touchdown this time. Nice touchdown. Nice stop and a touchdown. It's just nothing but touchdowns. It's either you do score a touchdown or you don't score anything. And we're looking like we're in command, but not so fast, says San Fran. They are only down by 3, and you've got to be kidding me. Come on, Minnesota. Finish this drive. You're going the wrong way, and that's got to be the dagger. 10-point lead. The game is going to finish 45-42. Thankfully, we scored a little bit more than last week. Otherwise, we would have went to overtime. This is the battle I like to see. A couple of picks from us. They had a pick. A couple of rushing touchdowns. Madison has been a huge part of this season's run. And I got to love it because obviously we paid him and we're kind of debating it a little bit. Kind of regretting it. But obviously it's finally paying off. Sack totals, a little odd numbers there. Harrison, the old man. There he goes. Can he retire with a ring? We're about to find out. Rematch against the Chiefs. I'm telling you, this Minnesota Vikings team, specifically on offense, is filthy. And that was why I decided last second not to go with them for our franchise team for offline. I know the Raiders have some players too, but they are not on the same level as this Vikings team. And wow, that was a really good upgrade. This Vikings team just has so much talent, so much potential. And we didn't even develop Kellen Mond properly. If you user him, I mean, the sky's the limit. That guy is pretty solid base ratings. Head of the Super Bowl, and once again, I will show you guys we didn't force any wins. Got to make sure we also don't actually skip the Super Bowl. That would be very embarrassing. And the media day it will do, but it's not going to really matter where we go on schedule. Playoff. You guys are probably just like, stop showing us. We get it, okay? Stop. Just stop. Stop. So you're like, no, keep showing it. One of these times you're going to slip up, and the truth will come out. Just the beginning. Well, I mean, everything, I suppose. Once again, I keep saying I want to try just the beginning, and I don't. But it be what it be. Let's see if we have any dev-ups. Could we have an X-Factor quarterback? We probably should. And we do not. Of course, we do get Jefferson to X-Factor, which is massive. How many upgrades? 3 there, so we have some upgrades there. Defensively, Barker, I believe, was only star, right? And he is now superstar. Not really the dev-ups I would have thought. Would have thought we got more, but hey, I'll take what we get. And, I mean, the team's looking good. We got to get these upgrades in and possibly win and end it all right here. Not in that sense. Okay, relax. It's not that serious. Of course, his coverage absolutely blows. He's technically a pass rusher, and we're making him a coverage guy. It is what it is. Not bad, actually. 60 zone, 53 man. What a beast. All right, the upgrades are in. Time to face the Chiefs once again. Can we dethrone this? Is this 3, 4 straight Super Bowls for them? I know they've been to a lot of them, and I know they've won a few of them. Can we dethrone them? That's the question. We've given up a lot of points before. This is the team you expect to give up a lot of points to. Come on, Vikings, just one time. If we lose this, I would think that makes Minnesota 0-6 in the Super Bowl. We cannot have that. Off this, out the gate, not bad. Stopping them, scoring 3, getting 10-7, 17-7, 17-14. We give up a lot of points, but we also have the ability to score them. And man, these matchups have been brutal. Up 3, really good drive with a touchdown, but then they just make such easy work of us. From the 4, the Chiefs up by 4. I think this is the exact same situation as last time, no? 3rd and 2, we got to come in. Do you risk a 4th and 2 run with Dalvin Cook? I did not expect this to go to the right at all. Can we switch sides? This kind of seems like a pretty obvious call. I don't like Chris Jones there, though, because doesn't he have inside stuff? Oh, well, we're doing it. Oh, thank God. Chris Jones had us. He had us pegged. Oh, my Lord. I don't want to be pegged. From the 32-yard line. Come on, offense! To the 1. They score 32 seconds. Can Mahomes and company do it? They can't. And Minnesota wins the Super Bowl. I thought the Browns were annoying in Madden last year, which they are. But, oh, my God, the Chiefs are on another level. Yeah, they can let you get some touchdowns in, but they seem to just constantly score. I will say the team being able to hold this team to, I wouldn't say half of our previous opponent, but, kind of close to, is absolutely impressive, all things considered. The Minnesota Vikings pretty much had the pieces in place, right? Like, we got a number 2 wide receiver. We added, like, one offensive lineman. Developed the quarterback, obviously. You know, he's 1-year situation, drafted a new one. Defensively, you know, we needed a corner. We got one. We signed a corner. You know, we got a free safety signing. We got a linebacker. We got a safety moved to linebacker. There wasn't a lot, right? Like, it was like maybe 7 or 8 replacements, and majority of them were on defense. This team is in place, if they stay healthy, to potentially shock some, you know, maybe even the world. Who knows? Can Minnesota go all the way? They probably have the firepower, once again, if they stay healthy. Comes down to how that offensive line plays together. And then defense, can they get some elite play from Patrick Peterson at corner? That's really the biggest question, is health, obviously. Once again, how will the offensive line play together? And how are those cornerbacks going to play? Everything else, though, seems in place. Obviously, if you have a guy like Danielle Hunter and some decent other pass rushers, or D-linemen at least, you know, it takes a little bit of the burden off of the corners as well. So, all things considered, the Vikings are a dangerous team. A lot better than their overall suggests, and even before we really got a chance, I guess, we had a chance to really build the roster up. You know, they were good. They were good. They were getting up there. They were overall, you know, upgrading fast. Postseason early. I mean, everything was as expected, and we won a Super Bowl, apparently, is the achievement that I just unlocked. Show you guys once again, we didn't force any wins, any restarts, or anything like that. The Minnesota Vikings have finally ended their Super Bowl drought. They are now 1-5. They have won 1 out of 6 Super Bowl appearances, and thankfully, it's over. Of course, as a Packers fan, would I like to see this? Not particularly, but, I mean, it's a new team. If it happens, it happens. I don't have a blood-hate rivalry against the Vikings. I think that's more the Bears, but, yeah, that's pretty much that. If you guys enjoy this one, stop it. We're doing an outro, damn it. But if you guys enjoy this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays, of course. And then streams, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, where one of these days I am kind of thinking maybe we should do a rebuild stream, although they take very long. This one took me probably about 3 hours and 20 minutes. And I am very slow with these, so maybe we'll do one, maybe we won't. Regardless, though, let me know in the comment section below what you liked about this, what you wanted differently. I know there's going to be some people talking about some of the early devs we gave, like Harrison Smith getting X Factor back rather than keeping Superstar, and then Kellen Mond getting Star instead of Normal when he actually had a pretty good year replacing Kirk Cousins. But let me know those things. What team do you want to see next? If you have an idea for a series, an idea for a rebuild challenge, you know, blast in the past player, let me know in the comment section below. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!